Welcome everybody to the Unphazed podcast. It's your boy Faison McClurge at it again, Unphazed Sensei Guru with another solo episode. Today's gonna be a big one, man. Today's gonna be a great conversation. I wanted to come to y'all. I got a lot of good responses on the first solo episode about me just opening up and being vulnerable, man. I know a lot of people are going through similar situations, but today I want to talk about struggling with addiction, and maybe not in a way that you think struggling with addiction that conversation would go, but just the way that I've been thinking about it and things that I've been going through, man. So it's gonna be a great episode, man. Let's see you soon.
I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper. I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper. I'm unfazed.
We back. Come on. Stand up. If you want to change your life, stand up real quick. This is going to be the one to change your life. Yeah, you. Come on. You want more? I'll give you more. You want? Yeah. Struggling with addiction to laziness. Struggling with not being addicted to becoming the best version of myself. Right? Because I know we all dream. We all have these thoughts of becoming this person, becoming this man, becoming this woman. And it's funny that we all talk about like becoming part of the 1%. And we may not talk about becoming the 1%, but we have dreams of being in that 1%, being at parties with people that only very exclusive parties, not Diddy parties, but just very exclusive parties where only the 1% can get into, right? Driving cars that only the 1% could get. Having the amount of money that only 1% of the people in the world can have, so you can do whatever it is that you want to do, travel the world and do all these things. But one thing that a lot of us forget is that the 1% life is called the 1% life for a reason. The 1% life is called the 1% life for a reason. That's because only 1% of people will ever get the opportunity to taste that. Right? But I deeply believe that the people that break through and get to that 1%, the people that break through and actually are able to obtain all those little that we think they're fantasies, those dreams and things that they begin, as we get older, they begin to fade away. Like, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just, I got more responsibilities. I got other things to do. You really want, you know what I mean? So that 1% life that we always talk about, that we always dream about, it becomes unattainable to a lot of us over time. Because like me, I was in a period, I'm still in a period where I'm addicted to laziness. And I'm not addicted to becoming the best version of myself. And I've been trying to flip that around in my life, trying to become the best version of myself in every single aspect. And it starts as soon as you wake up. Every single day is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. It's an opportunity to be the best version of yourself. And it's in those days where you don't feel the best mentally that physically you still go out there and get it done. That is what separates the 1% from the 99%. That is exactly what separates them. And that's what I've been learning. And as I've talked to so many people, I was at an event this weekend in Dallas with Paul Alex. He's a amazing entrepreneur. You guys can look him up at Paul Alex. Big time guy. And I asked him a question. in front of the crowd and everything. And it was like, kind of like, what's your why? Or in order to get to that 50 million, become that $50 million man, the big businesses, big on social media, all these things, what did it take to get there? What had to change in your life to get there? What did you have to sacrifice in order to get there? Because you're there, right? And it's not just work hard. Yeah, okay, you got to work hard. But if you work hard, but you still have the same habits and you still have the same people around you and you're still in the same situation and you're still not working on the right thing, that none of that really matters, right? So I asked him that question in front of everybody. I stood up and he broke down. And he said everything. He said everything had to change. I had to sacrifice everything in order to become the person that I am today. And he said a lot more. He said a lot of profound things after that. But I was laughing after, because I'm like, that was the answer that a lot of us, that's what separates the 1%. That's what separates a lot, everyone that plays basketball, that has ever touched a basketball, from LeBron James, from Michael Jordan, from Kobe Bryant, you know what I mean? From Tom Brady, from Martin Luther King to Barack Obama, you know what I mean? To Michael Jackson. That's what separates that. It's that ability to sacrifice everything. And maybe not even sacrifice everything, but be willing to sacrifice everything. My brothers were just in town and we had an amazing conversation about like just addiction and like the kind of the conversation that we were having. And he showed me this video. And I'll put it right here, actually, so y'all can see it.
Mankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. That is alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange. In those days, we really believed that to be the world's one and only truth.
But in this video, right, like I'm not into anime like that. I'm getting into it. My brothers are into it, so they be putting me on different animes. But one of the main things is that thought of to obtain something of equal value must be lost. So that goes back to what he was saying. If we want to be great, if we want to be successful, if we want to do all these amazing things, drive all these cars and do whatever it is, whatever success looks like to you, something of equal value must be lost. You have to sacrifice something in order to get there. And that's the hardest part, because sacrifice, I want to look up what sacrifice means, honestly. I actually want to look that up because I didn't like definition. Sacrifice, the definition of sacrifice is oh my God. It's an act of slaughtering. This one says an animal, but it says of slaughtering an animal or person, or surrendering a possession as an offering to God or to divine or supernatural figure. Offer or kill as a religious sacrifice, right? But if we're talking about like you have to sacrifice, like you really have to kill all the habits and all the things that you're doing that over time we just built up, being around people, being in certain environments. Like you really have to kill the old you. You have to, in order to become something, you have to sacrifice yourself. The person that you are right now, you have to kill yourself. You have to die in order to become somebody. His name was, I was at this event too, another great speaker. I don't want to mess up his name, but he's part of Andy Elliott's group. It was like Thomas Proco, something like that. I apologize if I messed up the name, but I want to have him on a podcast. But he said that he was like, he had to die 1,000 deaths, because that's what it takes. You have to die 1,000 deaths in order to become that new person, because we can. And I did the 30-day podcast over and over. Okay, I'm doing it after 30 days. I'm waking up early. I'm doing all these things. Then after the 30 days, I could wake up a little at the same time. I could maybe not work out today. I just went 30 days. But all those things start creeping back. It has to be every single day of your life. Like it has to be a commit. Like, people don't just get to these places of greatness. Some people can, but that's why it's called the 1%, right? People don't just get to those places without dedicating your life. You have to be willing to sacrifice your life in order to get there. But that makes sense. In order to get to somewhere that people have never been, that only 1% of the world has ever seen, done, tasted, smelt, been around in the same airspace as, you have to be operating on a level that has never been seen before. And if we're talking about the 1%, this just brought up something in my mind. If we're talking about wanting to be a part of that 1%, you want to be a part of the 1%, right? So if you're that one person that's in the 1%, there's a really good chance that the people around you, not all of those are going to be in the 1%. There's a really good chance, right? Because only 1%, you know what I mean? It's only 1%. So you have to be really cautious about the people that you spend your time around, because that's who you become. Because those are the thoughts that they have become your thoughts. The actions that they take become your actions. So I think that's an amazing point. And I'm sorry I had to get this message to you guys. I don't care about the construction going outside. I had to get this message to you guys because they're going crazy out there. But I really had to get this message across because this is exactly what I'm going through right now. Like I'm in that 1,000 deaths phase. I'm probably at like 2 deaths right now with 998 more to go, right? But I know there's a lot of people that are also going through that, man. So I made sure I wanted to bring that point up. And one way to do that as well, we're talking about dying 1,000 deaths. There's this concept of burning the boats, right? So if you're going to war, I don't know the actual story, but it's like you're going to war. You guys are all on boats. You get into the enemy territory, you and your team. You get to the enemy territory, then the captain, he burns all the boats. So if you're on enemy territory, you put yourself in a place where you have to do this. I have to achieve this, or the rent not gonna get paid. I have to achieve this, or I have to do. There's no other way, because we burn the boats. There is no going back. There's no going back. So we are on enemy territory right now. So that means we either die or we succeed. But there's no going back. There's no retreating. There's no retreating. And that's where I'm trying to get to in my life and try to understand, like, that feeling of, okay, like, there's no retreating. Like, this is the person you say you want to become. There's no sit back and watch Netflix and be comfortable again. You can, but you have to understand what I'm saying. That I just did it right now. That you can. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. We're talking about a hard day's work, like times 10 in order to do that. And the crazy thing, I think a lot of people know, we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We choose not to do it. So there needs to become a switch in our mind where we choose. Okay, I'm gonna choose that person. I'm gonna choose that person. I want to become that. I want to choose the 1%. You have to consistently choose the 1% every single day. Every single day. You have to consistently choose the 1%, because if you don't, you never will get there. You never will get there. And just because we talk about this on a podcast, the world that we live in, it's easy not to. It's easy to see everybody. It's easy to watch. You sleep for 8 hours. I'm not even going to go through the calculation because I'm not that good at math. Well, I am good at math, but I'm not going to do that right now. You spend all the time on your phone. Think about how much time we spend on our phones. Think about how much time we spend distracted. Then we got to eat. Then we got to sleep. Then we got to rest. Then we talk to family. Then we go out and have fun. Right? So there needs to be a sacrifice. There needs to be a sacrifice. And that's what I'm learning right now. That's what I'm learning right now. How you do anything, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So connecting that to excellence. I've been thinking a lot about excellence, about greatness, and what that really means. And excellence, when I think about, like, if you got paid $1 million to just be a janitor, to sweep the floors, how well would you sweep those floors? Right? I'm in a commission job. I'm in a sales job. So it's funny. It's like, sometimes I don't come with the best energy, or sometimes I get a no and it's like I get torn down. Sometimes I get but I get paid for the no's. Like, even if it's a commission job, okay, those 10 no's and that 11th yes, that 11th yes isn't the one you got paid on. You got paid on every single one of those no's. You don't get paid on it. You get paid on the no's. You get paid on all the disappointments. You get paid on all the letdowns. You get paid on all the days where you don't feel good, where you're depressed, where you're tired, where your family's not doing good, where someone's you missed a car payment, where the rent's coming up. You know what I mean? Those are the days you get paid, because you tack those days. Those days, then you just lay down, you watch Netflix, you sleep, you pout, you do all those things. Those are the money days. Those are the days that's going to change you. Those are the days that's going to get you to the 1%. And that's what I'm consistently learning how to do, man. Even today is a great example. Like, today I got up, I got a little distracted, and I was so tired. I ate a little bit, and I put something on the TV, and I kind of dozed off. Then I had to snap out of it, because it's the middle of the day. What am I doing? I'm blessed with opportunities to have a commission job where I don't have to go into the office, but that doesn't mean you can't attack it. Because whatever job you have, from the janitor, from the CEO, whatever it is, that job means something. And if you want to get to that 1%, I don't care what job you're in, everything you do has to be excellent. Everything you do has to be done to the best of your ability. And one of my best friends, Jelani, man, he has this album called The Rat Race. And I don't know the exact quote, but he's talking about, he just mumbles it, like, in the song. He's like, I didn't know. I've been focusing on the inputs. Not too worried about the outputs or whatever he said, but just that one part, like focusing on the inputs, right? That's so huge, because a lot of us are so focused on the outputs. We can, but if you only focus on outputs, that's what you see. But you need to focus on the inputs, because that hard work when you don't want to, that waking up early when you don't want to, that pushing yourself one more rep, two more reps, even when you're tired, that extra call, that extra workout, that extra meal that is healthy for you, whatever it is. It has to be done to the best of your ability. That is the only way to get out of the matrix. That's the only way to get out of the rat race, is to focus on the inputs. Because you're so focused on the outputs, and a lot of the outputs are based around material things. A lot of the outputs are based on social media and what the world wants you to have. But if you just focus on, okay, I want the $1 million, right? But I want to focus on becoming the type of person that can obtain $1 million. So if I focus on that, okay, the $1 million will come, but then when that million, you're going to be in such a better position mentally, physically, spiritually, because your aura, when we talk about aura all the time, right? Your aura is going to exude greatness. Your aura is going to exude millions, right? And one last thing I want to say. One last thing I really want to make sure I get to you guys. If you want your life to change, then you have to change. If you want your life to change, then you have to change. I think that has connected with me so much now, because it's like, okay, maybe I could just do these things. Okay, maybe I just switch jobs. Maybe I switch friends. Maybe but a lot, it's not the output, it's not the outer world, it's the inner world. That's the $1 million. That's the generational wealth, generational health, generational stealth. I don't know what that last one is, but you get what I'm saying. But we're all on a journey. I'm on a journey to change my life. And in order to do that, I have to change. And when we talk, I know we talk about like, when we talk about like depression and a lot of things like that, how we have all these emotions and things that we stuff down so deep, right? Down, 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 deep down there, right? That has to change. And in order to get deep, deep, deep down there, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of commitment. It's going to take a lot of inner thought. It's going to take a lot of like therapy. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a village. It's going to take a lot of listening. It's going to take a lot of family. It's going to take a lot of everything. It's going to take a lot of you, most importantly. So as I go through this journey, I hope that you guys are able to take something from this. As I continue to grow, I want you guys to grow with me. Let's change that 1% to 2%. Let's change that 2% to 3%. And all we can do, the only way we can do that is getting 1% better every day. You know what I mean? Focusing on the outputs, getting out of the rat race, going into enemy territory, and burning the boats. If you want your life to change, then you have to change. Thank you for coming again, everybody. Another solo episode out the way. I'm struggling with addiction. Stay unfazed. Let's go.
I'm unfazed, yeah.